Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And in this series, we're going to be talking about how to attract money using your Venus sign, okay? And in this episode, we're going to be talking about how to use that if your Venus is in Scorpio, okay? When your Venus is in Scorpio, how to attract money when your Venus is in Scorpio, okay? So remember guys, Venus is the money planet, okay? It rules Taurus, okay? There's a lot of other planets that deal with money and placements, but Venus is one of them. And this is how you attract money. This is easy money. So without further ado, let's talk about how you attract this money if your Venus is in Scorpio, okay? First thing to understand about Scorpio is Scorpio deals with relationships. Just like Libra, except Scorpio deals with how the relationship is on a long-term basis. So it's like after marriage. It's like after the honeymoon, after the romance. How do we deal with this on a long term? What is the real things going on? It deals with the drama of the relationship, how it ages, okay? The soul bonding. So Scorpios deal with other people. They deal with other people's energies, and because it's a water sign, they're very psychic, so they can see other people's energies as well too. So being that they deal with relationship and other people's energies, Scorpio is known for other people's resources, other people's values, okay? So we're talking about Venus and Scorpio. So a great way to attract money with your Venus being in Scorpio is to literally tap into other people's resources, tap into other people's values, okay? Now, a lot of times when people talk about other people's resources, when they're talking about Scorpio, a lot of times it can be in a negative way, which is like stealing, owing people things, you know, things like of that nature. And it could get dark like that. But honestly, it doesn't have to be. It could just be, Scorpio could just be understanding who has the value, who has the resource, who do I deal with in order to gain this value and resources. And being able to see it, because again, they're very psychic, they're very intuitive, they penetrate beyond the physical surface. They're able to see people's value on a spiritual level. And this is not just only on the spiritual level, but when we talk about attracting money, we're talking about on a physical level. Venus and Scorpio, again, tapping into other people's resources, understanding other people's power and value is how you can gain it. Scorpio is a very sneaky sign, okay? It knows how to take people's energy. I'm just being honest. It knows how to take people's energy. So with Venus and Scorpio people, it's a perfect placement for knowing how to, say you work in corporate, right? And then you know that in order for you to level up in terms of your position and money, you know, you have to get with this person, okay? Get in contact with this person, create a relationship with this person on a business level, get closer to this work, closer with this person in order to create that relationship so that you can have that opportunity to level up. That is very much Scorpio. It's like, who has the power? Who has the value that I can use? So they're very sneaky and they know how to play these power games. So this could be kind of aggressive. I'm just being honest, like with Venus and Scorpio, it's very much being able to see the value and take the value and use it for your benefit. Okay, now how you go about it is how you go about it. It could be in a very negative, deceiving way, or it could just be in a very strategic way, okay? Like I said, again, it doesn't have to be negative. It could just be, I'm great with strategy. I'm great with reading the room. I'm great with understanding the core value, where the true value is coming from, aka money. Who has the money? Who has the power to give me the money? I understand how to see it and how to play the game. That is Scorpio, very strategic, okay? So it doesn't have to be so much about stealing and owing and taking things from people. It has to do more about, well, in the positive way, okay? And the way to do this in a way that isn't negative is by just being strategic. It's about strategy. It's about understanding who has the value, who has the power. What do you have to connect to in order to get closer to it, okay? And that is part of life. You know, as life, we have to understand not only our value, but other people's values and values outside of us that we can also utilize. Another way to attract money with Venus and Scorpio is that Scorpio deals with power. Okay, so with Venus and Scorpio, Venus is love, Scorpio is power. You love power. Track money by being in positions where you're in power. Okay, Scorpio is a powerful sign, and you're not really tapping into its true power unless you're put into positions of power. So you don't want to, like with Venus and Scorpio, if you're going for a job, go for the top position, okay? Go for the positions that put you into power. Because again, once you do that, you're tapping into your Venus and Scorpio, okay? Love, power, and that will attract money. That's how you tap into your Venus, okay? So go for positions where you're managing. Go for positions where you're in power. Go for positions where you have control, okay? Because that's how you're going to turn your Venus on. Your Venus is actually going to light up, and that's how you be able to attract money, okay? Scorpio is an energy of power. So it's going to operate the best when it's in those positions. And of course, another way to attract money is through relationships with Scorpio. Okay, but you have to be careful with this one. Okay, we talked about how Venus and Taurus, Venus and Libra do relationships, but Scorpio deals with the strong bond, okay, after the marriage, after the honeymoon. How does the relationship last, okay? The dark emotions and the shadow sides that you have to deal with in relationships. So Scorpio relationships are intense. So you have to be careful because you can get with a person, okay, who has lots of money, say if it's that way, and you get in a relationship with them, but then it could get very scorpionic, which they will feel like you owe them stuff, okay? Because again, it's dealing with other people's resources. So you have to be careful because that bright light energy of relationships in, Libra and Taurus is not here in Scorpio. Scorpio is dark. It deals with like soul ties. So, you get into a relationship with someone and then you break up with them, and then they're going to want all your money and your resources, or you get with someone and they had all the money. They're going to feel like, you owe them everything and you have no control of everything. It could get very dramatic. Okay. So you can get into a relationship with money, but that same reason, that same value becomes your debt. So you have to be careful with this in Scorpio because, like I said, Scorpio deals with relationships just like Taurus and Libra, but Scorpio is the darker side of relationships. It's the shadow side of relationships. And, it can get bitter, okay? Like Libra rules marriage, but Scorpio rules divorce. And you know how messy divorces are. So be careful because this could be like selling almost like your soul to someone for money. So yeah, Scorpio is a very shadowy side. So dark, very dark-sided in a sense. So you have to be careful about how you tap into this energy because it could get very taboo, dramatic, and you could end up owing someone. So all the monies that you've gained through this partnership or relationship is now turned into serious debt or something they use against you. So be careful with the owing and using people's energies, okay? Because like I said in the beginning, there's a strategic way of doing it. It could be strategy, it could be business related when you're dealing with Scorpio and Venus. But then it could mix, okay? It could get very messy, and it can become more about debt and owing, and it could get the relationship that you're making with this person of value can get so deep. It will get very deep, and it could get very toxic, okay? There could be lots of power issues, using money of power. So with Venus and Scorpio and attracting money, make sure that the money doesn't end up controlling you, okay? That is the best way I can explain it because, again, Scorpio is very much shadowy, and it deals with other people's energies and resources, and that opens up debt and owing and power struggles and all of that. Another thing with attracting money with Venus and Scorpio is you can attract money through traumatic ways, okay? So it could be through death, okay? It could be through just like very emotional, because Scorpio deals with emotional trauma. It's about transformation. So, you could go through, just dramatic ways of gaining money. A lot of times it could be death, you know, a loss of someone, you know, divorce, you know, things like that. So be also mindful of that. You know, yes, there's a lot of money to be gained with this placement when you tap into it, but it could be, you know, like a sacrifice. You know, it could be like, you know, yeah, you got all this money, but you lost a family member. So, you know, Scorpio gets really dark, unfortunately. So that's the truth of it. So, you know, just be careful with this placement. Okay, this placement is a very powerful placement. Scorpio is a very powerful energy, and Venus as well too. And you combine this energy, you can attract lots of power and money, but then you can also attract lots of karma and debt with that power and money. It's not as clean as Venus and Libra, okay, with relationships. So be mindful of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you did, come back for some more. Also, book a reading with me. I do astrology readings as well as tarot. And check out my music, okay? I have music on Spotify, Apple, and here on YouTube on my channel. So check it out. I'll have all the links in the description box below. And I'll check you guys out at the next video.
You can take any path of life, maybe your darkest days, or brightest peaks of life. You can choose.